All right, next piece here. This is a 1-inch thick piece. This is for the rungs on the ladder. And as you saw in the drawing, if I actually included that in the video, the rungs are 24 inches long. So we mark 24 inches here, which incidentally, actually not incidentally because I picked this out on purpose, this big knot and everything is basically mostly left out of this. But 24 inches, make a mark. Let's get our line. Oops. Again, this is not real flat, so I'm getting a lot of wobble here, but we're going to put it on the chop saw and chop wherever that ends up chopping anyway. Again, this board isn't straight. Actually, it's not straight because of this knot. There's actually crown there. That's one of the causes of crown, is having a knot. It'll kind of cockeye there. I'm going to go ahead and cut it off a little bit longer. And this looks different because we're keeping this piece. Before we were keeping the long piece, so we were cutting it on this side. This time we're cutting on the other side because we're keeping this piece. I'm going to go ahead and cut that piece off and we'll trim it to final length afterwards. Of course, we're only going to get 3 rungs out of that. The rungs are 1.5 inches each. We got like a 5-inch wide board, so 3 times 1.5 inches is 4.5. So we're going to get 3. Need to get 2 more. I'm going to go ahead and cut this knot off, and then just to double check here. Yeah, we've got more than enough board between the knot. Well, maybe we better draw it out first. So let's just cut this one to final length first and use it as a template. Oops. Things falling everywhere. That's no surprise. Here we got basically cleared. Wow. Basically, yeah, we've cleared the knot in both places. Let's go ahead and cut. I've got to restack my little props first, though. All right, let me go ahead and cut this waist piece off, which is this side of the line. Okay, we'll cut, and we need to cut on the other side of the wall. Yes, we need to cut, as you'll see, on the other side of the line now. Maneuver my redneck GoPro. Here we go. More precision woodworking and care taken with my materials. Now, I was going to say we're ready to rip these pieces into the rungs, but considering I was having issues with my table saw blade, I think I'm going to go ahead and try to clean the blade first with the super clean that I was sent by the super clean people, which you will see, either you've already seen in a video I've done, or you'll see it after this one. All right, I cleaned my saw blade with super clean, and it cleaned it so well and so easily. It was amazing. I mean, I've got another video, and I'll put should be notification for it, not a notification box, whatever they call it, up top there, where you can check it out. But it cleaned it so easily. It was just wonderful. So let's go ahead and rip these rungs to width. See which, I guess it doesn't really make much difference which side I kind of cut on. Let's go ahead and rip them to width and see how much, see how well the blade cuts. Set it to height. That's the right height. Let's go with it. Oop, good idea. Maybe I ought to plug it in. That oak is really hard, but it went through a lot easier than the other. Of course, it's also half the thickness. Forgive me for not showing the setup, but I guess I got all caught up in actually doing the project rather than videoing it. But this is a tenon jig. Hey, Google tenon jig. You'll see what it is. It's meant for being able to cut what's called tenons, surprisingly, on the end of a board where the board is vertical, which is really awkward on doing on a table saw. But basically just going to be shaving a thin part, off of the outside of this board on both sides, which leaves what's called a tenon, which is kind of for, I guess the regular average everyday spa would be like a tab. Tenons and mortises are tabs and slots. That's how I'm making this this blanket ladder. It's not much, but it's enough to be able to go into a slot and hold against the other piece. Actually, it doesn't look like it's actually enough, but I will measure and we'll see.